ગેરહાજર નથી, ગેરહાજર આરોપી એમ છે. તો નંબર 261. તારીખ આપી દો ને જાણ કરી દેજો, અને એમને એમના મોબાઈલ ઉપર જાણ કરી દેવા, અથવા ઈમેલ જો લખેલો છે. મેં કર્યું ઓર્ડર. પેલાનું બે લેબલ સાક્ષી કર્યું. આવે છે ત્યારે બધા આવે છે એમની કેસમાં હાજર થઈ ગયા છે અત્યારે કોઈ કાગતો ખાતો નથી એકનો કેસ અલગ થઈ ગયો છે આરોપી એકનો છે એ કાગતો કરે એ જો અવેલેબલ નથી એટલે આપણે 2 3 4 આપણે 5 તારીખ તારીખ આપી દો અમે તારીખની જાણ કરી દઈએ તારીખ અત્યારે વોરંટ ના થાય તારીખ આપો ને પીપી આવતી તારીખ પહેલા ચૂકવણી રજૂ કરી અને પીપીને બી રજૂ થયેલ નથી તે બાબતની ફરીથી જાણ કરી રાજપુર નેક્સ્ટ ડેટ કરશે બીજા આરોપી નંબર 2 તારીખ વહેલી રાત 10 તારીખ સુધી ના 7 તારીખ કોઈ નહીં તારીખ આપી વોરંટ અવેલેબલ એલબીડબલ્યુ નો કરતા કોઈ આરોપી છે નથી થોડીક વાર રાહ જોઈએ. એમાં કોઈ આવવાનું છે આજે? બપોર પછી રાખશું, અત્યારે ફ્રી.
My request will be that I had supplied one compendium of chart sheet papers for Sudhakar and Vaishali. In that compendium itself, what is relevant for Pradeep is there. So
Yeah,
court
okay.
may take it up.
એમને જે રજૂ કર્યું હતું ને ક્લાસમાં.
હા, એટલે એનું પાછળવાળો ભાગ જે છે ને એ જ જરૂર પડશે, સેકન્ડ પાર્ટ.
Yes.
Just to brush up the memory of the Honorable Court and to bring the continuity of my arguments, the role of Pradeep is in connection with the first consignment. For the first consignment, I have argued that it did not contain narcotic substance, or there is not sufficient evidence to indicate that from the floor sweeping exercise, what is collected did belong to the consignment that was sent by Sudhakar, through the consignment that was imported by Sudhakar. So it is the same consignment in connection with which the role of Pradeep is there. In fact, role of Pradeep and Saeed is there, but I am not representing Saeed, but their role is interconnected. So here I just
consignment, that is first consignment.
That is first consignment.
After Mundra, reverse investigation.
Yes, Lord. Yes. So firstly, on 14th of September, second consignment, some narcotic was discovered, and therefore investigating agency came into action. They decided that whatever other consignment they have imported, we need to check.
Yes.
And in that connection, ultimately they found out that Ashi Trading has imported first consignment in the month of June. So where did that consignment land? That was the part of investigation. And in that investigation, it was found out that the godown at Alipur, there is one godown at Alipur. And in that godown at Alipur, this consignment had landed. And therefore, DRI went there, did the sweeping exercise. They separated white powdery substance versus brown powdery substance. Brown powdery substance was found positive to contain heroin. Approximate quantity was 7 kg. 16 kg, I'm sorry, 16 point some kg, but that was the approximate quantity of the substance that was found. So the role of Pradeep.
Narcotic substance 16 kg.
16 kg.
Mixture of.
It is a mixture, powder and a narcotic, no, but it's that sample tested positive for narcotic. Now, the background is that Pradeep had taken this godown on rent. Why Pradeep had taken this godown on rent? That will come from the record that Saeed was working at Medanta Hospital, and whenever some patient would come at Medanta Hospital, once they get recovered, they will take them on medical tourism. So if they are in Delhi, then they will take them for going around.
Godown was kept on rent by this accused.
This Pradeep. So whenever the services were needed, taxi services were needed, Pradeep is a driver. He is a taxi driver.
And this godown was kept on rent during the time period of first consignment.
During the time period of first consignment.
Only first consignment.
Only first consignment.
Yes.
Now there was, just I am building the broad contours. Thereafter, I would be reading the papers. So there was one person, Ahmedabad Honari. He was coming from Afghanistan for some medical treatment. When he was coming earlier, when he had come, the brother of Saeed had some good contact. So he contacted the brother of Saeed. He was then in Germany. He said that my brother will handle, my brother will take care of you. In that connection, Saeed is connected to Ahmedabad Honari. Ahmedabad Honari says that I want to look out for good facilities for my import of dry fruits from Afghanistan. You show me good facilities. So for going around, he is hiring the services of Pradeep. And this is a regular course of action that whenever taxi services are needed, not only for Ahmedabad Honari, but for anybody else, Saeed will contact Pradeep. So they are going around, they find out places where this godowns where imported goods can be stored. And then Ahmedullah says that because you are an Afghani, we need some Indian who can have the rent agreement in his name. And he will be remunerated. So that way, Pradeep comes into picture. He says that he will be taking the facility on rent. Rent agreement is on record. And I already shown to the Honorable Court when the statement of Ramdari Singh, the owner, was taken and the Panchnama was done. I can retake to Honorable Court to that part. Now, Lordships, here, how the role of this Pradeep comes into picture. The allegation of the investigating agency is that when the first consignment was unloaded, Pradeep was present. Admittedly present, it cannot be ran away because even the call data records or mobile tower location would also indicate that he was in the proximity of the godown. Now the question is, was he aware? Was he consciously aware that this consignment is containing narcotic substance? My first submission is that it did not contain narcotic substance. But presuming that without knowledge, the consignment contained the narcotic substance, did he ever have the knowledge about it? And if the knowledge part is not proven, then ultimately under a bona fide belief that he is facilitating the stock of talcum powder or this godown was taken on rent. To that extent, I would firstly read the statements of Saeed and thereafter Pradeep, because Saeed has connected Pradeep to Ahmedullah Honari. So if Honorable Court may turn to, in a moment, 1391. page 1391. This is the beginning point of statements of Said.
Sayyid Mohammed.
Yes, he's an Afghani national. He was working at Medanta Hospital as a translator. And as I said, a larger part of medical tourism. Now, if I read, this is the first statement that is recorded. I do not have any material to here, indicate from here. 1399 may be seen. Multiple statements are recorded from Said. He's giving his background.
Yes.
So at 1399, if Honorable Court may see, I would read the second paragraph. My name, age, address, and other details as mentioned above are true and correct. Presently, I am staying at so-and-so, Lajpat Nagar, Part 2, Delhi. I was born at Mazar-e-Sharif in Afghanistan in 1998. And when I was born, I was about 6 years old. My family moved to Kabul in 2009. Our family moved to Tehran. And after a few years, my father returned back to Afghanistan, where my mother, along with me and my brother and sister, stayed back in Tehran. As other relatives of my mother also stayed in Tehran, I have one brother, namely Said Mohammed, and three sisters, namely Malika Hussaini, Mozgam Hussaini, Madina Hussaini. My father, Sayyid Ali, died in Mazar-e-Sharif in Afghanistan. On the second page, on being asked, I state that I had come to India on medical visa for the treatment of psychological disorders such as depression and memory loss, and I took treatment of Dr. Saurabh Malhotra, who had recommended the treatment and medication for 9 months, but I took medication only for a month, as my main purpose of getting medical visa was to visit India and stay with my sister. On being further asked, I state that within a week of coming to India, I got work as an interpreter at Medanta Hospital, Gurgaon, where a lot of Afghani nationals used to visit for medical treatment. And I was able to get job easily as my sister's husband, Sayyid Mukhtar Hussaini, was already working there as an interpreter. On being asked about my remuneration as interpreter, I state that I do not get fixed salary, but the commission as commission per patient from the hospital, and the commission is 15% on the billing amount if the payment is received by me in cash, and if I receive the payment in check, the commission is 20% of the billing amount from the patient. I further state that my sister and husband had moved to Turkey, and I am still continuing as an interpreter, where I earn 50,000 per month, up to 50,000 per month, up to 2 lakhs per month, depending upon the number of patients admitted through me to the hospital. I state that my source of income is working as an interpreter only, which I get commission from Medanta Hospital, and sometimes outpatient dealt by me give tip bakshish, which is over and above the amount received by me. Now, Lordships, here the question is asked about the rent agreement. I have been shown the rent agreement. This is pertaining to the role of Pradeep, which is signed by me as a witness. I have perused, I am on 1401. I have perused the rent agreement dated 17/6/2021, and I confirm that I had signed the said rent agreement as a witness. I have put my signature dated, I have put my dated signature in today's date on the rent agreement in token of having perused the same. I have been shown the statement dated so and so. I admit I am skipping few lines. Pradeep Kumar has also read over his statement to me, and I put dated signatures. I admit that I had asked Shri Pradeep Kumar to arrange a go down to store goods received from foreign countries, and had asked him to get the said rent agreement made in his name. The rent amount was paid by me in cash to the owner of the said go down, and I agree to the content of above mentioned statement of Shri Pradeep Kumar made about me. On being further asked, I said that the go down was taken on rent on the instruction of one person, namely Ashmatullah Honari. Not this Ashmatullah Honari who had come, he asked, and therefore this facility was arranged. On being further asked about Ashmatullah Honari, I state that he is an Afghan national based in Farra, Afghanistan. He is trading in various items such as dry fruit, bitumen, rubber, blah blah. I state that Ashmatullah Henry exports such item from Afghanistan or Iran to India. In India, he imports these items in the name of his associates who are Afghan nationals based in India. On being asked, I state that I firstly met Ashmatullah in June 2021 when he had come to India for some treatment related to prostate at Medanta Hospital in Gurgaon. I further state that Ashmatullah had got my contact through my brother-in-law. I had a memory that it was brother, but it is brother-in-law, Saeed Mukhtar, whom he knew since many years. Ashmatullah Honari had called me around 1 week prior to coming to India. He told me that he would be taking some treatment in India, and during his stay, he needed my assistance as an interpreter as he could not speak Hindi or Urdu and was not even fluent in English. Ashmatullah Honari insisted that I would have to take time for him as he was known person of my brother-in-law Sayyid Mukhtar, and I agreed to assist him. Ashmatullah arrived in Delhi on 11/6/2021 and stayed at guest house, namely so and so, so and so. He took treatment for about 1 or 2 days, and thereafter he told me that some consignment being imported by him into India was to arrive in Delhi in few days, and he needed a warehouse in Delhi to store the said consignment. He told me that he knew warehouses were available in Alipur area of Delhi. He asked me to search for the warehouse. I, along with Ashmatullah and Pradeep Kumar, searched for warehouses in Alipur area and finalized the warehouse situated at Khasra number 712 and 713 in Alipur through the property dealer Sukhvinder Man. However, at the time of finalization of the deal, property dealer asked for the documents of Ashmatullah and his company, which Ashmatullah did not want to submit. Therefore, Ashmatullah asked me to get a rent agreement made in the name of the Indian national. As I had known Pradeep Kumar for some years, I asked him to get the said rent agreement made in his name, for which Pradeep Kumar agreed. So, Lordships, this is the background story in which Pradeep Kumar agreed to get the godown on rent in this background context. On being further asked, I say that after taking up the said premise on rent, the keys were taken by Ashmatullah. The consignment imported by Ashmatullah arrived on 23/21, and at the time of unloading the said consignment, I, along with Ashmatullah and Pradeep Kumar, had gone to go down in Alipur. I further state that besides me and Ashmatullah, other 4 Afghan persons were present during the unloading of the godown, and one Fardeen Khan, I believe that is Fardeen Khan Ameri, another co-accused, but I'm not sure about that. I do not know the name of other 2 persons. I had made a video during the unloading in my iPhone, which was shot by Pradeep Kumar and can be seen in this video. He's submitting the video. Now, if I may turn to second page, this is important because some other story was told by this Ashmatullah, and something else was imported. So, on being asked that on 23/6/2021, along with Ashmatullah Honari and Pradeep Kumar, when we reached to the godown, we found the said container had already reached at Alipur godown, where we waited for the crane to arrive at the spot of unloading the container. Further, when the crane reached the godown, the goods were unloaded from the container and the same stacked in the godown. On being asked, I further state that 15 to 20 large gunny bags containing white color powder mixed with white stone pebbles. I further state that during the unloading, some pebbles and white powder got sprayed on the container as well as on the ground, and unloading of the goods was done by me, Ashmatullah Honari and Pradeep Kumar with the help of machines. I also state that during unloading, the property dealer through whom we had taken the godown had also taken the sample of white powder of the said consignment. Ashmatullah Honari was supposed to be, I asked Ashmatullah Honari, consignment was supposed to be dry fruits and rubbers. Then why you have imported the white powder and white pebbles? And he replied that the he import goods on the basis of market demand and the order he received from the various buyers in India. So background that he built, Ashmatullah Honari, was he wanted to import dry fruits and rubber. And later on, instead of importing that, the premise for which the godown is rented, he is importing this talcum powder. I asked Ashmatullah Honari about the white powder and white pebbles. Then he replied that white powder is a crush of white pebbles and same is used for manufacturing soap. So even up to this moment, there is no knowledge that this is narcotic substance. Thereafter, the godown keys were kept by Honari. Further on 23/6/2021, I never visited the godown. However, I was in constant contact with Ashmatullah Honari till 30/6/2021, when he left Afghanistan, thereafter I had been in regular contact with Honari over WhatsApp. Now this is important because probably this might indicate something. On 14/9/2021, the date on which the second consignment is searched by the DRI authorities in Mundra, it is on that day, Ahmedullah Honari informed me on WhatsApp that one consignment had stuck and had problem in Gujarat, and also directed me to hand over the keys of Alipur Godown to his owner, as there was no goods available to store there. Further, he sent me the photograph of the spot where the person is hiding the keys of Alipur Godown. I have shown the photograph to Pradeep Kumar and asked him to hand over the keys to the owner of Alipur Godown and inform him to vacate the Godown premises. So the background context is that this Saeed was continuously in touch with Ahmedullah Honari. The Godown is vacated on the instructions of Ahmedullah Honari. Instructions were given to Saeed. Even it appears that Saeed was also not aware about anything, but something is informed to him that something is stuck up in Mundra and therefore you vacate. So in this backdrop, on 14/9/2021, the Godown is vacated. Now, if I...
When was the Mundra consignment seized?
It was searched on 14/9.
14/9.
The same date.
Mundra और कई दिवस છે?
સર 14/9
14/9, sir.
અને આ
એ દિવસે સીઝ થયું છે ને એ દિવસે ઇન્ફોર્મેશન થઈ અને આવ્યું તું લગભગ 11 કે 12.
That's true.
હા.
And still, I may point out just for cross connection at 609. This pointed query of the Honorable Court. In fact, that is the page number 0001. This is where the big investigation begins from. But my paging is 609. Yes. So this is second consignment. This is second consignment. But Ahmedullah Honari comes to know about this. He says that you vacate the Godown. Upon instruction, Saeed directs Pradeep to vacate the Godown. Keys are handed over to Ramdari Singh, the owner.
There is a question. Not okay, if the first consignment did not have anything as per your record, what was the reason for getting this vacated?
In my respectful submission, I can only propound a theory. What I understand is that this second consignment was also supposed to go to that Alipur Godown. But when it was understood that now the consignment is in 100% search and something is going to be discovered, all the associates of this Ahmedullah Honari, they should run away. Now, entire picture is given to Hamid, that is Khalid, and some other associates now who are wanted accused. So those who are in full knowledge of what is happening, they have run away. But those who never knew what is happening, they stayed back in Delhi, just acted upon the instructions and handed over the keys, Godown keys. But they never had the knowledge. And that also comes on record, at least through the statements, that some powdery substance fell down. They are asking that instead of dry fruit, why are you importing this? And he's saying that this is because of market demand. Now there is this demand, and this material is used for making the soaps. So, as I understand, this entire chain...
Because a person would not be so innocent residing in Delhi, knowing the business tactics, even of a very small business. He would not be so ignorant, so innocent, that he would not be able to understand that why to deal with an unknown Afghani. For what reason?
I can provide...
Necessity of money might be a reason.
Fair.
But getting a Godown in one's own name, one can understand assistance in getting the Godown to a foreigner.
I can just provide some explanation. Ultimately, the interpretation of evidence is to be done by the Honorable Court. I have the explanation.
All the circumstances gives a picture that at this stage, that innocence cannot be accepted as an because the circumstances suggest
I cannot run away from the facts. Even I am
Because
reading the
if it-
facts which
if it was a this pebble
pebbles,
or marble pebble,
sir.
which was to be used
For soap
making of
making.
a soap. You were in knowledge that dates are or dry fruit are to be imported. Now that consignment do not come. You were present there. Then at least one should have inquired, okay, why now? Why this consignment? Because this go down people, it is not like go down that we have it on Manek Chowk or something. They store clothes or something XYZ item which are not falling under any offense. But these are the circumstances dealing with the Afghani people with awareness that they are to import dry fruits. Now dry fruit does not arrive. Some powder
Comes,
comes. That powder comes in your knowledge.
sir.
That this is the right powder. And then you are asked to vacate the premises. You shift this go down. Now how can that be believed as there is no evidence? There is complete innocence and he has been falsely robbed.
In my respectful
He
submission,
keeps a go down in his name.
sir.
No one would do that. You can ask your colleague advocate, they would not keep an office in his name for you on your behalf without knowing.
On a lighter note, my father never allows me to even give a vehicle to my friend. He says that
Certainly.
what if somebody
Yes, you are right.
transports
Your father
alcohol?
is
What would you
absolutely
do?
right.
But just to give some counter argument, being a lawyer, we day in and day out come across such situation and therefore more enlightened. But as a common man who is a driver, in my respectful submission, he was acting under a bona fide belief that he is just providing a
I would, when you say that your client was a driver,
sir.
I would just ask a question to you. How smart are the Ahmedabadi rickshaw driver? How smart are they?
સાહેબ સ્માર્ટનેસ ના બહુ બધા ડાયમેન્શન્સ છે. There are multiple dimensions of smartness and intelligence.
He would looking at you, he would know what is the price to be quoted to you. He would quote 500 rupees to you if he is standing at airport. If he is standing here at Dhalgarwada, he would get two people 10 rupees. And he would do business in anywhere. He would seek opportunity in every manner because he would be the best person who would be getting a business opportunity at every four corners of a road. He would be searching for the opportunities. And in Delhi, it is not possible to believe that the person would be so ignorant.
Okay, I just make last submission to that.
No, you may continue.
No,
This is
I
what,
in fact enjoy interaction rather than just making my submission. So,
no,
my lords,
interaction with everyone is not nice. Only for some.
it is always a pleasure answering the query of honorable court. So, in my respectful submission, sir, if we talk about the possibility, even what possibility is being,
And see, these all people are having Aadhaar card of India,
sir,
Afghani nationals.
but Aadhaar card is not a proof of citizenship, and that
No,
is why
I'm not
national
telling.
citizenship register
See,
issue came up.
There are thousands of people coming for medical treatment. They come from Pakistan also. They come from Afghanistan. They come from other countries also. Even I say US people, at least our NRI or GRI, they when they come, they take treatment here in India because it is cheaper treatment.
True.
That is not an offense. They get the treatment, they return back very happily, very conveniently, expressing their thanks to the nation.
Sir,
These people continue to stay here.
so for present, I am not arguing for Saeed.
No, your connection with Syed.
As I understand, he stayed back in India as an interpreter.
He stayed here as an interpreter was also not an offense. He stayed here, he got his Aadhaar card, he indulged himself into such activities which are against the nation. He do not very conveniently He do not keep the godown in his name. He do not keep anything in his name.
So probably his culpable animus may still be inferred through the background context. But what about Pradeep? In my respectful submission,
There are people who get themselves indulged because if these people had informed, then this could have been prevented. As a responsible citizen,
but even the fingers are
Keeping
being
a-
pointed at Punjab police
keeping
also.
go down on rent on behalf of Afghan national whom you know, and that Afghan person who is staying in India wants to keep a go down at the instruction of some Afghani who is in Afghanistan, asking that you get some Indian for getting that go down on rented, and then you transport a suspicious consignment, imports. That makes very difficult at this stage to believe that there is total ignorance and no case of evidence. Anyway, you may continue. These are just
No, these are fair queries of the honorable court, and it is also giving me some direction to argue. So these are all fair queries.
this is not the expression of opinion. That's
Fair queries. So this is the background context. I just read the statement of Said. Now, whether it corroborates with the statements of Pradeep, to that extent, I may take the honorable court to page number 1368.
ઘણા પેલા પિક્ચર તમે જોયા હશે ને, પિક્ચર ના સીન છે. Nothing has changed except the time. સ્મગલિંગ માં પોલીસ આવે અને પછી સીધા જ પેલા ડબલા બધા ફેંકવા માંડે દરિયામાં, અને અજીત ને બધા આવી જાય.
સાહેબ આના પરથી તો નોવેલ લખાય એવું છે, એટલું બધું મટીરિયલ છે.
Novel, no, this would
So much of material.
we are on online. I would not.
Anyways,
Yes.
I focus on my arguments. So 1368.
Therefore, I reminded whether you are present. Night manager, just like night manager.
Sir.
Night manager, something like this only.
Yes, that's true. So this is statement of Pradeep Kumar. He
Yes.
speaks Hindi. Because he speaks Hindi, it is in Devanagari script. I am reading the fourth paragraph. ड्राइवर का काम करते हुए मेरी मुलाकात नवंबर 2018 के दौरान
That
सईद,
is, page number.
it is 1368. Compilation में अच्छे साहब.
Yes.
ड्राइवर का, दिस इज 1 2 3 4 फोर्थ पैराग्राफ. ड्राइवर का काम करते हुए मेरी मुलाकात नवंबर 2018 के दौरान सईद मोहम्मद से प्लेटिनम होटल में हुई. सईद मोहम्मद एक अफगानिस्तान है. ये मेदांता हॉस्पिटल गुड़गांव में अफगानिस्तान से आने वाले पेशेंट के लिए इंटरप्रेटर का काम करता है और उनके लिए होटल में रुकने और घूमने फिरने का इंतजाम कमीशन लेकर करता हूं. मुझे इसका ठीक एड्रेस नहीं पता है, लेकिन इससे कई बार मजार होटल के पास लाजपत नगर में मेदांता हॉस्पिटल गुड़गांव सो एंड सो डेयरी सेंटर में मिल चुका हूं. सईद मोहम्मद ने मुझे कई बार अफगानी पैसेंजर दिलवाए हैं. सो दिस इज द बैकग्राउंड. नाउ इफ आई मे टर्न टू नेक्स्ट पेज. इस रेंट एग्रीमेंट की एक कॉपी मुझे दिखाई गई है जिस पर मैं अपने हस्ताक्षर करता हूं. रेंट एग्रीमेंट के साथ ही मेरे पान और आधार, सईद मोहम्मद के पान और आधार की कॉपी अटैच है जिनके ऊपर हस्ताक्षर करता हूं. सईद मोहम्मद का आधार नंबर का ऊपर उससे के पिता सैयद अली और पता एड्रेस फ्लैट नंबर सो एंड सो गुड़गांव हरियाणा लिखा हुआ है. सुखबीर मान के हॉस्पिटल पर सईद मोहम्मद और अशमतुल्ला दोनों सुखबीर मान के साथ बैठे थे। मेरे सामने सईद मोहम्मद और अशमतुल्ला ने 2 लाख रुपए गिनकर काउंट करके 1.5 महीने का एडवांस किराया, 1 महीने का किराया सिक्योरिटी के रूप में सुखबीर मान को दिए। सुखबीर मान इज प्रोबेबली द ब्रोकर। उन दोनों सईद मोहम्मद और अशमतुल्ला ने 40,000 रुपए कमीशन के रूप में सईद मान को दिए हैं। गोडाउन में अशमतुल्ला ने नया ताला लगाया जिसकी चाबी उसके पास थी। अगेन गोडाउन में अशमतुल्ला ने नया ताला लगाया जिसकी चाबी उसके पास थी। 20-25 जून, ठीक ठीक तारीख मुझे याद नहीं है, के बीच किसी दिन मेरे पास शाम को सईद का फोन आया कि अगले दिन गोडाउन पर सामान आने वाला है और मुझे साथ सईद, महमूद और अशमतुल्ला वहां सामान रखने चलना है। अगले दिन सईद मोहम्मद के कहे अनुसार मैं अपने चाचा की अर्टिगा गाड़ी से गुड़गांव सईद मोहम्मद और अशमतुल्ला को लेते हुए अलीपुर गोडाउन पहुंच गया। वहां 4 अफगानी पहले से उपस्थित थे जिन्हें मैं नहीं जानता। उन्होंने सईद महमूद और अशमतुल्ला से हाथ मिलाया। गोडाउन एरिया में 18 टायर का कंटेनर लगा हुआ ट्रक खड़ा था। यह ट्रक राजस्थान नंबर का था, ठीक ठीक नंबर याद नहीं है। उसके बाद अशमतुल्ला ने अपनी चाबी गोडाउन से अपना गोडाउन का ताला खोला। सईद मोहम्मद और अशमतुल्ला उन 4 अफगानियों के साथ गोडाउन के अंदर गए और आपस में अफगानी भाषा में बात करने लगे। मेरा फोन आने के कारण गोडाउन एरिया से बाहर गया। थोड़ी देर के बाद वापस आया तो 4 अफगानी सिल्वर कलर की Hyundai SUV से जा रहे थे। SUV का नंबर याद नहीं है। ट्रक के ड्राइवर से बात करने पर उन्होंने बताया कि गुजरात में माल लोड करके लाया था। माल के बारे में मैंने उससे नहीं पूछा। फिर क्रेन, हाइड्रा क्रेन आने से कंटेनर से सामान अनलोड होना शुरू हुआ। सामान 3.5 से 4 फीट की लंबाई और चौड़ाई और ऊंचाई के लगभग 18 से 19 प्लास्टिक बैग कट्टे में था। कई बाग नहीं फटे हुए थे जिनमें सफेद रंग का पत्थर और पाउडर जैसा सामान भरा हुआ लग रहा था। सामान उतरते समय कहीं वो पाउडर गिर गया था जिसको छूने से चिकना महसूस हो रहा था। सारा सामान उतर जाने पर अशमतुल्ला ने मेरे सामने गोडाउन का दरवाजा बंद कर दिया, ताला लगाया और चाबी भी अपने पास रख ली। मैंने सामान के बारे में सईद मोहम्मद से पूछा कि अपने ड्राई फ्रूट आने की बारे में कहा था, जबकि सामान पाउडर में पत्थर जैसा है। तो सईद मोहम्मद ने कहा कि साबुन बनाने का सामान है और यह सामान गलती से उसके सप्लायर ने भेज दिया है जिसे वो वापस कर देंगे। Here Said seems to be lying because Said says to the investigating authorities that no, Ashmatullah said that this is soap making material and this is as per market demand. But what he informs to Pradeep is that this goods will be sent back, जिसे वो वापस कर देंगे। फिर लगभग 31 जून 2021 के आसपास सईद महमूद ने मुझे मिलकर बताया कि उसका दिल्ली के साथ गुजरात में ड्राई फ्रूट का काम है और वो मेरे साथ काम करना चाहता है। मेरे पूछे जाने पर मैंने बताया कि दिल्ली और गुजरात में ड्राई फ्रूट अफगानिस्तान से खजूर ईरान से आने पर मुझे सामान गोडाउन में रखवाना होगा और मेरी सैलरी के पैसे अशमतुल्ला फिक्स करेगा और ये अफगानिस्तान से आएंगे। मुझे सैलरी में कितने पैसे मिलेंगे यह न मैं पूछा न ही उसने बताया। पैसों की लालच में उससे दिए गए ऑफर पर राजी हो गया। उसी दिन मुझे इस काम के लिए ऑफिस गुड़गांव में ढूंढने के लिए कहा। 2-3 दिन बाद जसदायल के द्वारा एक कोठी नंबर 100 गुड़गांव में ढूंढकर सईद अहमद को बताई। यह कोठी प्रॉपर्टी डीलर प्रवीण और मनोज के माध्यम से मिली थी। सईद ने इस कोठी का रेंट एग्रीमेंट भी मेरे नाम पर करवाने के लिए कहा था, लेकिन कोठी के मालिक जिनको मैं जानता हूं, पूरा नाम याद नहीं है, उनसे बात करने पर उसने कहा कि मेरे पास कोई सैलरी स्लिप नहीं है जिसके कारण वह मेरे नाम रेंट एग्रीमेंट नहीं कर सकता। जब मैंने यह बात सईद को बताई तो 5-6 जुलाई 2021 अपने नाम पे रेंट एग्रीमेंट बना लिया और सामने रेंट एग्रीमेंट के हस्ताक्षर करके 1.6 लाख रुपए कोठी के मालिक को दिए। I pause here for a moment. It appears that the modus operandi is to keep the Afghans as much away as possible and keep all the Indians to be at the forefront. And in extreme situation, when nothing works out, then the Afghan person would come to the forefront. This appears to be the modus operandi. And I do not believe any other things are relevant in his statement, but I may just take the Honorable Court to 1376 just to show that this is the rent agreement. Why he is implicated, why Pradeep is implicated. His signatures are there. And also during the interrogation also he has done the signatures. Although on 18/9 he has signed in Hindi, whereas originally in the rent agreement he has signed in English. But anyways, this is the rent agreement. So if I sum up my arguments qua Pradeep Kumar, my say and submission is that it was deliberate intentional act on the part of Ashmatullah Honari, who is also a wanted accused, who was fully aware about what is going to be imported. He keeps in dark, at least Pradeep, I cannot say about Saeed, but he keeps in dark Pradeep about what is to be imported. Even when something comes up, a different story is given to Saeed, whereas Saeed communicates to Pradeep that this good is to be sent back, this is by mistake. Therefore, under a bona fide belief that this is go down to be used for dry fruit import, the Pradeep Kumar continued to repose the faith in his Afghani friend from whom he was otherwise getting passengers since 2018. And therefore, some trust, faith was created about his credentials. And in that background context, Pradeep Kumar happened to be the person in whose name the rent agreement came to be executed. And also on the day on which the consignment is unloaded, he was present. So this is the role of Pradeep Kumar. And if I just connect the larger chain of the events, what I understand and what I see from the modus operandi of these Afghan operators and also the operators based in Dubai is that keep themselves as much away as possible, get some people as scapegoats, do not give them the complete picture. To Sudhakar, he says that I need an IEC. To Pradeep Kumar, he says that I need a rent agreement. So everybody just knows a very bit and fraction of the entire story. And there only one version is coming out that to Sudhakar, talcum powder is to be imported. To Pradeep Kumar, dry fruits are to be imported. When something else comes up, it's by mistake. So different stories are being created. And Khalid is so smart that he is able to convince even Punjab police that he is an interpreter, and very next day he flees away even when he was detained. So this is a large racket where main and key culprits, probably except for one or two, they have ran away. So this is the conclusion of my arguments qua Pradeep. My harping upon is onto the knowledge part and
First-
conscious awareness part.
First, no narcotic. Second, even if it was narcotic consignment, then you didn't have knowledge.
He did not have knowledge.
And your role is that you are made the scapegoat.
Yes, I have been made a scapegoat. The same argument I have made even for Sudhakar.
Yes.
Knowledge part is not there. And I have referred to some judgments in the discharge application on the
Same.
knowledge part, but I would not be reading relevant paragraphs. My lords may just refer to them
Yes.
whenever court is dealing with my arguments and dictating the judgment. Now coming to the case of Susanta Sarkar. As a matter of fact, 2 days back only, Honorable Court has heard the bail application. And I believe my colleague has argued that bail application and court is fully aware about the facts. It would be a repetition, but I would be doing the cursory repetition in order to avoid the precious time of the Honorable Court. I may just take a second to share the PDF copy of this to them. 1 minute, आपको खाली.
Hello, I'm okay. Susanta Sarkar.
મોકલી રહ્યો છું.
તમારી સાથે જોઈ લો.
એક મને હાય મોકલો WhatsApp પર, તરત મોકલી દો.
એટલે બાકી નથી.
અપલોડ થઈ રહી છે, 2 સેકન્ડમાં પહોંચી જશે.
તમે બી આવું લઈ લો ને એટલે એમને આપી સીધી આપી દેવાય પીડી ટેકનોલોજી, અને અમને બી. નહીંતર
સર
આ
આપે કીધું એની પર
મને લાગે છે ટ્રાયલ ના અંતે મને એવું લાગે છે કે આનું રેકોર્ડ માટે એક કન્સાઇનમેન્ટ હશે.
હા સર આપે કીધું તો વિચાર શરૂ કરી દીધો છે. હવે એની તરફ આદિત્યભાઈ કહેશે કયું સારું છે આઈપેડ, તો એ તરફ અમે બી જઈશું સર.
જી.
તો જેથી કરીને આ જેમ આપણને આપે છે એમ આપણે બી એકબીજા સાથે સર.
શેર કરી શકે તમારે.
હા એટલે આ રીતે સર.
બલ્કી રેકોર્ડ લઈને ફરવું નહીં પડે.
હા બલ્કી રેકોર્ડ.
તમારો ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ આપે તમને.
સાહેબ ઇનફેક્ટ ઓન અ લાઇટર નોટ, અમને જેટલો ઝેરોક્સ નો ખર્ચો થયો હશે ને એનાથી સસ્તામાં આઈપેડ ને બધું આવી જાય, અને ઇટ ઇઝ મોર કન્વીનિયન્ટ ઓલ્સો, વેરી કન્વીનિયન્ટ.
સાચી વાત કીધી, સાચી.
અને સાહેબ આમાં બીજો એક,
આપની વાત સાચી છે, પણ બધા તરફથી યસ તો તમે એ પણ આપવા તૈયાર,
જી, જી.
પણ બધા તરફથી એવું કે છે કે આ અમને ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ જેલની અંદર અલાઉ નથી, આ બધા
True,
ઇવન
true.
પેન ડ્રાઈવ બી અલાઉ નથી.
I
આવા
agree.
ક્વેશ્ચન
ના,
રહે.
એ સેપરેટ ઇશ્યુ છે,
હા,
પણ
પણ-
લોયર્સ ને તમે જે કોપી શેર કરો છો ને,
હા સર.
જેમ કે
હા,
હવે
સર.
સિસ્ટમ સુપ્રીમ કોર્ટમાં ત્યારે જજમેન્ટ સાઇટ કરવા માટે પહેલા જે બુક લઈને જતા હતા,
હા, હા.
બુકની પછી કોપી આવે એટલે કોપી આપતા હતા. કોપીની જગ્યાએ હવે જે જસ્ટ શેર ધી સોફ્ટ કોપી,
સોફ્ટ કોપી બરાબર.
અને પહેલેથી જ કે સાહેબ આટલા ઉપર અમે રિલાય કરીએ છીએ, એટલે એ જજમેન્ટ જ આવી જાય, અને ન્યુટ્રલ સાઇટેશન બી હવે તો આવી ગયા છે.
સાચી સાચી વાત.
વી કેન યુઝ ધેટ.
જી સર, જી સર.
અને સાહેબ બીજો એક એડેડ એડવાન્ટેજ એ છે કે ઇંગ્લિશ, ગુજરાતી કે હિન્દી કંટ્રોલ F કરીને તમે સર્ચ કરો ને તો સ્ટ્રેટ હવે યુ કેન ગો ટુ
એકદમ
ધેટ
સાચી
કીવર્ડ, ઇવન સ્કેન ડોક્યુમેન્ટ હોય તો પણ.
અમારે થોડીક રેસ્ટ્રિક્શન્સ છે, એટલે વી કેન ડુ ધીસ ઇમિડિયેટલી. ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ કરવામાં વી હેવ, કેમ કે વી આર, પણ યુ કેન સ્ટાર્ટ, અને તમારામાંથી જોઈને આવશે તો ઓલરેડી અમારા બાજુ આવી જશે.
જી જી સર.
યુઝ ઓફ ટેકનોલોજી મોર તમે થશો તો અહીંયા જલ્દી આવશે.
જી જી જી.
અને તો દરેક હવે જેમ આપણે કન્સર્ન એવી હોય કે બધાને પોસાય નહીં,
પોસાય નહીં.
ફાવે નહીં, પણ ટાઈમ ચેન્જ હશે. આપણે
કદાચ આવશે, કદાચ અમારી પેઢી પછી નેક્સ્ટ પેઢી તો
પાથાણાવાળા પેટીએમ રાખે છે.
સર, પણ કોલેજમાં પણ લોકો એ જ રીતે ભણે છે, એવું બી મને જીલ શાહ ના આવે ને આર્ગ્યુમેન્ટ કે અમે કોલેજમાં બધા આજ લઈને ગયા છે,
અને-
તો સારું કેવા અલાઉ
અને-
કરે છે ને આવી રીતે જાય છે.
થોડીક વાર બંધ કરી દે.
મોકલી દીધું
અને
છે.
એનો કેસ નંબર છે 1/23.
Sir. Is a resident of Malda, West Bengal. Christian by religion, a priest as well as a businessman. Allegation against him is that Raju Dubai, also Vityesh Kausar, consigned certain goods from with the help of his company, his trading company Jesus Christ, to Delhi. That is the role. If
His company is Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. My whole endeavor in this case would be to show to the Honorable Court, before I read the bulky records, just a overview of the same. He is definitely in touch with this main key conspirator, that is Raju Dubai. What may go against me also, I must appraise the Honorable Court. He was in touch, but he never knew that Raju has these large designs about this import of this
Same thing was argued while bail.
Yes. So just summarily, I would just point out the page numbers. So when he had sent his friend,
I think you had argued.
no, my friend, my colleague,
Your
Maharshi.
colleague.
Yes, he had argued.
Yes.
So when the consignment landed in Kolkata, then there is a land port, Malda. From there, it was supposed to be consigned to Delhi, and therefore he had sent one friend for customs clearance processes. And when some material fell down, he collected for exploring the opportunities to sell it in the local market as well as Bangladesh. So those samples were kept in one hotel in Kolkata. So those samples were tested. This person was detained firstly on 3rd of March 2021. When he was detained, he was going to Dubai because he was not getting payment from Raju Dubai, and therefore he believed that if I go there, I will get some amount of payment. But the DRI authorities nabbed him. He gave the entire picture. He gave the entire picture and said that these samples are already there at this hotel. The authorities go there, collects the sample, and there is nothing objectionable or narcotic substance found in those samples.
Those samples which were hidden in the hotel.
Yes, which were there kept for exploring the market opportunities in that hotel. There is no narcotic substance found. The allegation is that the consignment that landed at a Neb Sarai godown. Now, Neb Sarai godown, very clearly, even from the chart sheet, it appears that Neb Sarai godown had some other consignments also from three other
consignments.
Yes, there were three consignments.
It is not possible for which consignment.
Yes.
And same floor sweeping.
Yes, floor sweeping exercise is done. Narcotic is found, but from which consignment to which consignment it belonged to, that is not coming on record. The one who is helping in customs clearance process originally made witness, but before he could be, as per the version of investigating authorities, he is committing the suicide. So in the given facts and backdrop of the circumstances, there is limited evidence against Sushanta Sarkar that he was actively part of conspiracy or he was having the knowledge. And it is also even difficult or impossible to prove that through floor sweeping exercise, what material is collected, that belonged to the consignment that was imported by Sushanta Sarkar. Two additional facts that go in favor of Sushanta Sarkar are that
એમાં છે ને આરોપી સુશાંતા સરકારની ચાલે છે, એના સિવાયના બીજા આરોપીને જવા દો, એમની કઈ જરૂર નથી. ખાલી સુશાંતા સરકારને જ બેસવા દેજો. પ્રદીપ વાંધો નથી. હા, પ્રદીપનો વાંધો નથી.
પ્રદીપ may sit.
પ્રદીપ હોય તો બેસવા દેજો એમને. પ્રદીપ અને સુશાંતા સરકાર બેને બેસવા દેજો. Yes.
And not only that, this consignment was also kept for 100% examination. What modus operandi I see is that all the consignments which have gone to Delhi, they have been deliberately kept for 100% examination. Maybe this narco terror people, they knew that it has some other added benefits. If it is 100% shown to be 100% examined, then in entire route, nobody would stop them, because otherwise GST authorities and many other authorities may stop them. But now this is custom cleared.
Though it is the case of prosecution, you are giving further clue to the prosecution.
Sir, I have to, because this is the complete picture.
Yes.
From that picture, I have to build what is going to favor my client.
That's a nice way.
I never believe that I should hide certain facts and I should project only limited part to the Honorable Court. They are going to come up with that.
Even the consignment which was hidden has surfaced. So facts.
Which consignment?
The narcotics which was confined or that it was sealed.
Yes.
That has also surfaced.
Yes, sir.
So concealment of fact would also surface if
Yes.
it is conciliatory.
Yes. So there is no meaning in concealing the facts. Today or tomorrow, this is going to come on record.
So what is there, that is there. Now neither they can change, now you can change.
I
No,
cannot change. Therefore, I make all my fair submissions to the Honorable Court. So, Honorable Court may just turn to page number 14.
14 of your compilation?
No, this is a second supplementary charge sheet.
You supplied this?
No,
this
second supplementary charge sheet is supplied by NIA.
paper book index?
સાહેબ એ મારી પેપર બુક છે which I will rely for yes subsequently. પહેલા તો એનો રોલ મારે બતાવવાનો છે ચાર્ટ શીટ માંથી.
Page 14.
Page 14.
Yes.
So he is accused number 30. The sections which are leveled against him are 120B, 8C, 21C, 23C, 29 of NDPS Act. So this is the broad role of him. Now, the larger conspiracy, very cursorily at page number 39, even previously also I had read, in effort to find new such avenues, a conspiracy was hatched in Dubai, UAE, between Afghan narco traders, namely Hassan Dad, Hussein Dad, ISI through Vicky Kataria, Indian national Vityesh Kosar. The conspiracy was targeted at using the maritime route, exploiting the container business, smuggling huge quantities of the heroin disguised as any innate product in order to avoid suspicion. So this is the conspiracy which is hatched by the Raju Dubai. My second submission is that although Raju Dubai had this conspiracy, I am not a part of this. I am talking about Sushanta Sarkar. I am not a part of that conspiracy.
Yes.
Ultimately, allegation is, in my respectful submission, in a moment, if UAPA is not there, then I would not be dealing. Yes, there are the sections under 17, 18 and 22C of UAPA. Therefore, how UAPA comes into picture, that also I need to point out to the Honorable Court. That is at page number 40, Territorial Organization of Lashkar-e-Toiba. Before proceeding to the details of investigation, it would be imperative, if I am with Honorable Court, it would be imperative to have a brief introduction about the terrorist gang Lashkar-e-Toiba, a proscribed organization under UAPA by the government of India. Lashkar-e-Toiba literally army of good, translated as army of the righteous or the army of pure, is a militant jihadi network and terrorist organization operating against India and Pakistan. The organization's stated objective is to merge whole Kashmir with Pakistan. Not reading the whole part, but here on the second page, most of the training camps of Lashkar-e-Toiba were in northwest frontier province, and many were shifted to Pakistan administered Kashmir for the sole purpose of training the volunteers for Kashmir Jihad. From 1991 onwards, militancy surged in Kashmir as many Lashkar-e-Toiba volunteers were infiltrated into Kashmir from Pakistan occupied Kashmir with the help of Pakistan Army and ISI. LET is a part of Operation Tupac, operation run by ISI and trained and funded by the Pakistan Army and Inter-Service Intelligence. So here, coming to the next paragraph, LET's modus operandi is to take credit for the attacks against the Indian government or security forces, which is often done even when these operations have taken place on the Indian mainland. However, it denies the terrorist attack deliberately targeting the civilians. The organization is designated as terrorist organization by India, the United States, United Kingdom, European Union, Russia, Australia, and United Nations under UNSC resolution number 1267, Al-Qaeda sanctions list. During the investigation, it has been revealed that the funds received from the sale of narcotic substance smuggled in India were delivered to the operatives of LET carrying the terrorist act in India. Why I am reading this part is that was there any chain of events that connects Sushanta Sarkar with terror funding? To that extent, this is required to be read. Now, some brief background about this narco-terror nexus, how this works, that is given as a background at page number 38. India is said to be falling between the Golden Crescent and Golden Triangle. So Golden Crescent name is derived from the Muslim countries which follow the crescent, and therefore this Golden Crescent where Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan comes. And in the Golden Triangle, there are 3 to 4 countries, Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, and Thailand. These are all the countries where poverty rates are very high, no organized economy is there, and fertile land is there, which is fertile enough for opium cultivation. Heroin is a derivative of opium. And therefore, India sits between the central playground between this, both the Golden Crescent and Golden Triangle, and also looking at the large population of India, many terror operatives and many narco operatives work actively to infiltrate narcotic substance in India. And the allegation is that whatever the funding is derived through this narco sale would ultimately flow to the terror organization, and that is how there is a narco terror nexus. This is the background given in this chart sheet. Now, as I pointed out to the Honorable Court that the conspiracy was hatched in Dubai with Raju Dubai and other persons from Afghanistan, but there is nowhere the name of Susanta Sarkar. It came to be really revealed when the investigation ensued, and the other consignment having the pattern, similar patterns were sought to be discovered. In that reference, the role of Jesus Christ Impacts, that is the firm owned by Susanta Sarkar, that comes on picture, and thereafter the role of Susanta Sarkar comes on the record. So if I may take Honorable Court to the role of Jesus Christ Impacts at page number 46, the things will become more clear. Jesus Christ Impacts is a proprietorship firm in the name of Susanta Sarkar. He was in contact with co-accused Vityesh Kausar, Raju Dubai since 2007-8. Import-export code in the name of Jesus Christ Impacts was issued on 27/2012. As accused Susanta Sarkar is the proprietor of the firm, it has been established that in the month of 2018, Susanta Sarkar had visited Dubai and met co-accused Vityesh Kausar in Dubai. After coming back to India, he got re-registered the firm Jesus Christ Impacts. This is factually partly incorrect because he got a GST number for Jesus Christ Impacts because GST law had come into force. There is no re-registration of the firm. This firm was registered under GST number GSTN on 8/10/2018. So it is just GST registration, not that re-registration of the firm. In 2020, on the directions of accused Vityesh Kausar, Raju Dubai, Susanta Sarkar agreed to import the heroin-laden consignment of semi-processed talc in lieu of the funds from Afghanistan to India. Now, this allegation needs to be proved, but I would say and submit that there is no material worth indicating that he agreed to import heroin-laden consignment of semi-processed talc in lieu of the funds. This consignment was supplied by Messrs. Habib Shahib Talc Marble Processing Company wide invoice number 003 dated 16/9/2020. The semi-processed talc was packed in 18 bags having gross weight of 26500 kg of value so and so $. In past, the accused have never exported or imported this type of the goods. No remittance was paid to the exporter by Jesus Christ Impacts. The investigation revealed that Vital Nutrition's General Trading LLC, Dubai, owned by Vityesh Kausar, was mentioned as notified party in bill of lading. As I understand, notified party is a party who is notified when the consignment is delivered. So there is some connection to Vityesh Kausar that is sought to be established by this presence of notified party where Nutrition's General Trading LLC is found in the bill of lading dated so and so. Further, freight charges of the shipping line were already paid. On 9/11/2020 wide bill of entry number so and so heroin laden consignment reached at Kolkata port. Here also I will pause for a moment. The consignment may have reached at Kolkata port. It contained heroin that needs to be established by investigating agency. That is not being established by what is coming on record. On directions of accused Vityesh Kausar, for which I will read from the compendium that I have supplied to the Honorable Court. On directions of accused Vityesh Kausar, Raju Dubai, one retired customs official, arranged the clearing agent PNB Logistics owned by Subhashish Sinha Roy. Further, accused Susanta Sarkar received 2 lakhs from the said customs official for getting the consignments of the goods clear. After clearing the heroin-laden consignment on the directions of Vityesh Kausar, Susanta Sarkar loaded the consignment in a truck for delivery at Delhi. The investigation has revealed that the invoice of the goods was raised in the name of Magent India, form of co-accused. The entire role is already argued before this Honorable Court by another senior counsel. the goods were delivered to Delhi, which were received by WA4 Najibullah Khalid. Investigation has established that accused Sushanta was in receipt of funds from co-accused Vitesh Koshar through his associate Rajesh Goba and RN Datta for successively delivering the heroin-laden consignment at New Delhi through wanted accused person number 4 and wanted accused number 11 for further distribution in India. Now, I would take the honorable court to the role of Sushanta Sarkar. But before that, I want to highlight one important part that is at page number 58. It is very important and essential to read that recovery of seizure of talc from New Delhi. I'm sure my lords are already aware, but investigation revealed that heroin-laden consignment imported by Jesus Christ impacts on 19/11/2020 Magent on 23 bar and Vyom fashion dated 16/3 were unloaded at godown at Nepsar. So through sweeping exercise, if you are recovering something, how do you attribute it only to Jesus Christ? That is the question. Now, if I may point out to the honorable court, the further part of the role of Sushanta Sarkar in a moment. That is at page number 74. Earlier it was about his firm, now it is about Sushanta Sarkar. Accused Sushanta Sarkar is a close associate of Vitesh Koshar. Since 2008, he is involved in various import-export businesses with co-accused Vitesh Koshar, Raju Dubai. During the investigation, it has been revealed that registration of his firm, Jesus Christ Impacts, was cancelled and he renewed in 2018 after his visit to Dubai and meeting with Vitesh Koshar there. Investigation has established that Vitesh Koshar, Raju Dubai told Sushanta Sarkar about the import of heroin-laden consignment from Afghanistan to India in lieu of the funds. He told Sushanta that initially the consignment imported would come on trial basis. He have to provide the details of his firm for importing the same and he would get the handsome amount in lieu of the transaction. Accordingly, in lieu of the funds, Sushanta Sarkar agreed for the same. Now, this needs to be proven. This is an allegation that Sushanta agreed to import narcotic substance in lieu of the funds. Investigation has established that on directions of Vitesh Koshar, Raju Dubai, he provided the details of Jesus Christ Impacts for the import of heroin-laden consignment of the semi-processed talcum stone from Afghanistan to India in lieu of funds. He has received original documents related to import through the courier from Afghanistan and shared the same with Vitesh Koshar and the CHA, who was arraigned by Rabindranath Datta, retired customs official, close confidante of co-accused Vitesh Koshar, Raju Dubai. During the investigation, it has been established on directions of Vitesh Koshar, Rathindranath Datta provided 2 lakh rupees to Sushanta Sarkar as a part of payment of the consignment imported from Afghanistan. During the investigation, it has been established that after clearing the consignment by the customs authority on the directions of Vitesh Koshar, semi-processed talcum stone from Calcutta to New Delhi. Further, on directions of Vitesh Koshar, he raised the invoice and e-way bill for the moment of consignment in the name of Magent India, firm owned by co-accused Prince Sharma and controlled by another co-accused Harpreet Singh Talwar, Kabir Talwar. For loading the consignment, Sushanta Sarkar directed his close associate Mrinal Kanti Konar. During the investigation, it has been revealed that Sushanta Sarkar again contacted Vitesh Koshar for other consignment. However, Raju Dubai told him that the other consignments would come at Mundra port and if he was interested, he would send the same in the name of Jesus Christ Impacts. However, due to long distance, Sushanta declined for the same. Investigation has established that Sushanta received rupees 22.09 lakhs from Vitesh Koshar through cash deposited by him. Hence, his henchman Rajesh Goba on the account of Jesus Christ Impacts in lieu of importing the heroin-laden consignment of semi-processed talcum stone and delivering the same in Delhi. During the investigation, it has been established Sushanta never sent any remittance to the supplier of the semi-processed talcum. So these are the allegations qua Jesus Christ Impacts as well as Sushanta Sarkar. Now, if I have to read from the compendium that I have supplied to the Honorable Court, I would read the relevant part of it. In a moment. Honorable court may firstly
Yes.
turn to page number 65 of today's compendium that I provided. The story begins from here.
Yes. You want to point out that nothing was found from that order.
Yes, I would not read. I would just want to point out the date and time. 4-3-2022. I was detained on 3-3-2022. I explained everything to the authorities. I said that what I have stored is at this particular hotel, and therefore just one sentence at page number 66. During the said proceedings, Narcotic Control Bureau of Kolkata so and so tested suspected samples with the help of drug detection kit, and the samples were tested negative.
Yes.
So samples were tested negative. I was detained on 3/3/2022, and on 4th this was done. Search is done in my presence, and thereafter I am released. My point is that once I am released, if I am consciously aware about the presence of narcotic, then I would flee away. I have further traveled to Malaysia and some other parts of the world. I would never come back. The passport is indicating that I have traveled thereafter. What is the date of my arrest? My date of arrest is way later. I may just point out to the Honorable Court the date of my arrest. My arrest is carried out on at page number 5, 27/9/2022.
This sample were found on 4/3/2022.
Yes. This is a hotel in Kolkata. I may just even tell the name of that hotel to the Honorable Court.
Okay, just then when was your consignment? Date of your consignment.
It will come in the flow. I just need to read that. It will come. I will answer that query. But for now,
Choringi.
Choringi Hotel.
આપના પેજનો રિપોર્ટ છે એનો 65 પેજ પર છે.
Page number 65 ઉપર Hotel Chorangi, address Jawaharlal Nehru Road, Kolkata. Bottom part of it.
કન્સાઇનમેન્ટ ડેટ કઈ છે કપડે સર જી હમનું જે કન્સાઇનમેન્ટ આવ્યું એ કઈ ડેટ છે
સાહેબ ડિસ્ક્લોઝર સ્ટેટમેન્ટમાં આવી જશે 54 માં સુશાંતાનું ડિસ્ક્લોઝર સ્ટેટમેન્ટ છે હું રીડ કરું એટલે પ્રિસાઇઝ ડેટ મળી જશે ઇવન ચાર્ટશીટમાં પણ છે હમણાં જ આપણે વાંચી ચાર્ટશીટમાં ડેટ વી રેડ ધ ડેટ ઇન અ મોમેન્ટ that also I tell the honorable court. 2021 ની ડેટ છે પણ હું પ્રિસાઇઝ ડેટ આપ સાહેબને કહી દઉં
ઓગણીસ કે 20 નવેમ્બર છે. 19 કે 20 નવેમ્બર. પેજ નંબર 58 માં લાભ.
Yes, sir.
થર્ડ વીક
58 ઉપર છે. Around 19th or 20th November, I got a call from the office of Subhash Singh. I was informed that the container had got customs clearance.
એની ઉપર છે થર્ડ વીક મતલબ એની
Yes.
ઉપર છે ને
Huh.
એ
So
કોલકાતા
somewhere in November 2020, the consignment had arrived and 19 કે 20 નવેમ્બરે consignment ને customs clearance મળ્યું છે સાહેબ. So if I read apart from disclosure statement of Sushanta Sarkar and then his aides who supported him in the customs clearance, the thing
And
will be
these
clear.
samples, as per your disclosure statement, were kept in hotel,
Yes,
which you received from one Mrinal Konar.
yes,
So this should be in 2020.
yes. So Mrinal Konar, the Malda is a land port. So consignment from Kolkata went to Malda. From that land port, it was supposed to go to Delhi. Mrinal Konar was doing the clearance work. And when he was doing the clearance work, he saw that this contains pebbles and marble dust. So he collected the sample for exploring the opportunities for sale in local market as well as Bangladesh. His statement is also on record, and therefore the samples were there. And those samples he had kept at Chaurangi Hotel in Kolkata. And therefore those samples were readily available. He presented them, they were found negative, and therefore giving that benefit of doubt, one time Sushanta Sarkar was allowed to go. Otherwise, he was detained on 3/3/2022. But then he was allowed to go. He traveled across few parts of the world, came back, and thereafter in later part of 2022, he is arrested. And as I pointed out to the Honorable Court, he is arrested on 27/9/2022. So had he intended to flee, then he would have fled away way back. Because he knew that he was under the radar of the
How
agency.
these samples could be found after 2 years from the hotel?
But if that is a question, the same question can also be asked about the samples that is collected from this Nepsarai godown. Because the consignment date, if Honorable Court may see, it has come way back in 20. Then you are doing the sweeping exercise 2 years back and you say that we have collected dust which is containing the presence of narcotic substance after 2 years. At least my version inspires some confidence because these samples were deliberately taken for the purpose of exploring the market opportunities. But if some consignment in Nepsarai has landed 2-3 years back, then how would that dust be found? કોઈ સાહેબ 2 વર્ષ સુધી કચરા પોતું જ નહીં કરતું હોય. And that too, presuming કે they were not doing, then also consignment, there are 3 consignment which have landed at Nepsarai. In my respectful submission, this is something just to show that some investigation is done. Otherwise, how to implicate? There is no evidence. Therefore, sweeping exercise, every time when there is nothing directly found, sweeping exercise is shown to have been done. Traces are found. Otherwise, I had pointed out to the Honorable Court that looking at the rates that they are saying, one consignment, 1 kilo would have 7 CR of the value. સાહેબ તો 16 સીતા સાહેબ 112 કરોડ રૂપિયાનું તો નાર્કોટિક સબસ્ટન્સ ફ્લોર ઉપર પડ્યું હતું. આટલું, these are all people into the market of narcotics. Would they let that narcotic substance just lying on the floor like this? This version doesn't inspire confidence. But anyways, what is on record is on record. I have to argue. So if I am at page number 54, this is
પ્યોર નહોતું. એ જે પડી ગયેલું હતું ને પ્યોર નહોતું.
But Saib, એ રીતે તો if Honorable Court may see, even this allegation of 3,000 kg of heroin is also not pure. But still, value is shown to be 21,000 CR.
હા એ તો કરે. પણ એક દાણો છોડે નહીં તો
That is what I'm trying to say.
પણ જે કન્સાઇનમેન્ટમાં આવ્યું છે એટલે ત્યારે બધું જ બલ્કમાં આવે. જેમ કે દુકાન વાળો છે એ કાજુ હળવા ન દે, પણ પેલા પોર્ટ ઉપર આવ્યું હોય ને તો એ પડ્યો હળી જાય, ગમે કોઈ લેવા વાળો ન હોય, કઈક ડાઉટફુલ હોય એટલે
Yes, sir.
એટલે પછી મૂકીને ભાગી જાય. આ તો ઉતરી ગયો એટલે પકડાણું, નહીં તો દરિયામાં પધરાવી દે બધું. શિપ ડૂબી ગઈ.
Possible.
પોસિબિલિટી.
Yes, sir. So if
આ
I
બધું જોઈજો, તમારે કહેવાનું છે અત્યારે. તો એવું નહીં કે સાહેબ પૂછે છે
જી.
એટલે એવું નહીં. યુ વિલ હેવ ટુ સેટિસ્ફાઈ કે ભાઈ. યસ.
he is well prepared, sir. બધું જેટલું આર્ગ્યુ કર્યું છે બધું એક ક્લીન સ્વીપ કરી દેશે.
આમે સ્વીપિંગ કરી નાખશે.
He is taking all the meticulous notes, સાહેબ. એક દલીલની નાનામાં નાની notes
He
લે.
is not even abiding by the court's instruction. Even if the court says you file very limited points, then also he keep on filing the entire book.
અરે પોસિબલ નથી. તો આપે જાણો છો કે મારા હાથમાં જે પોસિબલ થઈ શકતું નથી સર અમુક વસ્તુ.
But then also, in spite of therefore, there is no doubt that he would be missing anything. He would add something but not miss anything.
જી સર.
Yes.
Not the 54. It's a lengthy statement. I would be skipping a few parts of it.
Because most of the state you can not repeat, because recently only in bail application.
Therefore only I will not be reading everything.
But what is relevant for your purpose?
Yes,
you can certainly-
only relevant. 55. I started working as a priest in Malda Town Church. My formal ordination as priest was done on bar November 2021. Normally I go to church on Sundays only. Then sometimes in 2007-8 I was staying at hotel in New Market. How I met Raju Dubai. Late Dilip Chakravarti, my close friend who used to give his land port related work to me, came to me. He was accompanied by another person whom I did not recognize at that time. But that person addressed to me directly by name, introduced himself as Raju, and said that he had met me in Delhi. I do not remember having met him in Delhi. They sat with me for an hour and I exchanged numbers. Raju and I exchanged the numbers. This is how the meeting took place. I have not met Raju Vitesh Kaushar in India since around 2010. In 2012, I registered Jesus Christ Impacts for export related activities. Skipping few lines. In 2014, Raju and I am on next page 56. I were talking on phone. I asked Raju about what he does in Dubai. He said that he runs a tour and travel office. I told him that I was involved in the export of onion from India and asked him to help in finding the trade partners in Dubai. And he promised and invited me to Dubai to scout the market. I visited the house of Raju in Dubai and also met his family members. I returned and was not good for the onion at that time. Market for onion was not good. After staying in Dubai, I returned at Kolkata via Delhi. On one instance, Raju offered me that he would export fruit juices from Dubai to India. My job was to import and look after the marketing distribution. I did not agree as the idea did not appear profitable. On another instance, Raju suggested that he would export protein powder supplements from Dubai and would deliver it to the sales. Raj told me that I would have to export the same to Bangladesh or elsewhere. And before I export, the goods would have to be moved from sales to the port. During the moment the protein powder was taken out of the package, if possible, I declined. Now, on next page, something is important. On another instance, 2019, Raju told me about Customs Superintendent Rathindranath Datta. Raju Vitesh Kaushar described Datta as a good friend and also trusted person. Raju also shared the contact details of Rathindranath Datta with me. I contacted him and gave the reference of Raju Dubai. He called me to the customs house, and when I arrived that he came out and met beside the tea stall adjacent to the customs house. On several instances, when I had financial problems, I asked Raju Dubai for help. Raju got some money deposited in my bank account by balance transfers or through cash deposit machines. This further brought me closer to him. Once he sent me some money that I needed for the treatment and on occasions I got money from him for college fees of my children. In 2020, during the conversation over phone, Raj told me that he had found marble traders in Kolkata who are in need of semi-processed steel. Raj told me also that he has already talked with the traders. They would import around 15 containers each month. He told me that I would have to handle only one import in my name. Further processing will be done by marble traders in Kolkata. Few days later, he told me that the containers had been sent to Kolkata and told me that he had already engaged the CHA, namely Subhasis, who is a CHA with PB and logistics. Certificate of origin, invoice, other related things were sent to me by a courier by exporting company Habib Shahib Talc Marble Processing Company. After receiving the document, I sent the photos of the document of Subhashish. 2-3 days later, Subhashish called me on phone and told me that the consignment was not having restricted items and the container shall be processed when it arrives in India. Subhashish called me. He sent me rupees 2 lakhs through Rathindranath Datta. Datta called me to so and so underpass VIP road and handed over rupees 2 lakhs in packet. It was in sometimes third week of November 2020. I paid around 2 lakhs to CHA. So the same amount which he is receiving, he is paying to the CHA, out of which around 50,000 was in cash. Further, the payment of shipping company was to be paid through bank check. I had issued the bank check from the account of Jesus Christ Impacts. Now, this is important. Around 19th, 20th November in the morning, I got a call from the office of Subhashish. I was informed that the container had got customs clearance and was awaiting the transportation. I called Raju Dubai and informed him about it. He asked me to book the consignment for Delhi. I declined. He told me that I must do it because there is no other person available in Kolkata. Originally, Raju Dubai is saying that there are traders in Kolkata. There will be an import. 30 consignments are to be imported. You have to import only one, and later on, the Kolkata-based traders will do the same. But when consignment is arriving in India, he says that you have to consign it to Delhi. This person declines, but he says that there is nobody else, and therefore, because there is no other person available in Kolkata, he is also under some obligation because for previous treatment and other things, he had borrowed some money from Raju Dubai. So under that obligation, he is saying that you have to do it. I asked for the address of Delhi location that Raju provided to me. I gave address to the transporter company, namely so and so, and transferred the transportation charges into his bank account. Gaurang Pal told me the consignment would be sent by 10-wheel lorry truck. I asked my friend Mrinal Kanti Konar to load the consignment on truck. Gaurang Pal had prepared the road challan and e-way bill on my behalf. I had given the contact details to Gaurang Pal to Raju Dubai. Gaurang Pal had also told me that he had given the number of driver to the person who called him for the whereabouts of the consignment. The loading was done by Mrinal Kanti Konar. He is the one who has extracted the samples. And after loading, Mrinal had taken the samples of semi-processed talc and came to Chaurangi Hotel. He brought the samples inside a taxi. I had already checked out the hotel and I was at the counter. Mrinal asked me to request the hotel staff to keep the samples with them. Mrinal intended to show the sample to the local importer exporter. Mrinal had charged rupees 300-350 for the taxi also. In the meantime, I called Raju if he was handling any other consignment. Perhaps later part would be important. I must not escape from this, but I have to argue about it. Further, 2-3 days later, the consignment left for Delhi. Raju called me and expressed the concern that the truck had not arrived in Delhi. So once the consignment has been put into transit, he says that he is receiving a call. I told him that he should call the transporter and ask about the whereabouts of the consignment. Raju was concerned and kept calling me and told me that there was drug in the consignment and if not delivered, they all will be in trouble. When I learnt about it, I felt uneasy but did not tell anyone. But I pause here for the moment. If we go by this version, at least till the consignment is loaded into the truck and sent for consignment onto its journey to Delhi, I'm not aware. Now the allegation is that Raju told me, which is a confessional statement. In my respectful submission, it would be covered under the ratio of Tofan Singh. It cannot be used against me. And therefore, even if it is there, I cannot run away from this statement. But due to the ratio of Tofan Singh, it cannot be used against me. Now, later part of this statement at page number 60, a few weeks later, page number 60, after the clearing the consignment, I started getting calls from Axis Bank officials for the payment towards the consignment. The bank officials told me that their code was used in the consignment of telecom store and I had imported, therefore I had to make the payment to the foreign based exporter. I had already been in contact with Raju for the payment, but he kept saying that he will arrange for the payment soon. In February 2022, I had received a letter from Axis Bank. The bank had sent me the notice for making the payment to Habib Shahib Talc Marble Processing Company. I told Raju again about the notice of bank. Raju Dubai told me again that he will arrange for the payment. The payment did not come. So I decided to visit Dubai to pressurize Raju for payment. On 2nd March 2022, I went to Kolkata airport. My flight was at 0:40 hours. રાતના 4:30 flight છે સાહેબ. 3 March 2022. The immigration staff stopped me from leaving. In sometimes NIA officer came from the NIA branch of Kolkata. The NIA officers examined me at the branch office at Kolkata. So what I was submitting to the honorable court is that on 3rd of March, I am nabbed by the NIA authority. When I am showing the samples at Chaurangi Gate hotel, sample collection is done, nothing is found positive. At that time, I am released also. And later on, somewhere on 27th of September 2022, I am arrested. Therefore, my travel details become important. If I am fully aware, conscious about what I am doing, there is narcotic inside, then even a person of common prudence could run away once he is released by NIA. So, the passport, I would point out to the honorable court in a moment. Passport of Susanta Sarkar is at page number 205.
To show that you had not visited Dubai immediately before this consignment.
No. Sir, મારે એ બતાવું છે કે I traveled later on also.
But you have returned back.
I have returned back. That is the only limited thing that I want to show from passport. સાહેબ ખબર જ હોય કે આ બધું કામ કરીએ છીએ તો માણસ ભાગી જાય ને, શું કામ ને ત્યાં રહે.
તમને એવી પણ ખબર પડી કે એમને તમને છોડી દીધા હતા ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમે, એટલે હવે સબ સલામત છે.
Page number, sure. I have done a foreign tour on 23rd of May 2022 and I have come back on 30th of May 2022. My records show that it is at page number 152. I just need to check it once. In a moment, Lordships. Somehow that particular detail I'm little unable to locate. It is there in the passport. Yes, court may see 217. Page number 152 is the internal page number. Therefore, I got little confused. The details of my travel to Malaysia would be there. On 23rd of May 2022, I am going and I am returning. સિક્કો ઊંધો છે સાહેબ, 30 May 2022.
Yes.
So that is one part of it. Now, in my respectful submission, who is directly involved is prosecution witness number 40, now dead.
Custom office.
This is Rathindranath Datta. I will point out to the honorable court. that part also. Court में in the flow of the statements which are recorded, court may turn to page number 8. There are
Page
three
number?
person statements only.
Page number?
8. In the order in which NIS recorded the statement, I will go by that order only.
Yes.
So, this is the statement of Subhasish Sinha Roy. He's giving his background about where he has graduated from and what languages he can read and write. I am not reading that part. Today, I am asked about the work done by PB and Logistics for import clearance of consignment of semi-processed talc in the name of Sushanta Sarkar Jesus Christ Impacts. I say that the job was referred to be by retired customs official Ratindranath Datta, who was the appraiser in Customs House, Kolkata, having mobile number so and so. I say that I was acquainted with the appraiser R.N. Datta and hence I accepted the job referred by him. I do not know the importer Sushanta Sarkar. He was a walk-in client for PB and Logistics through the reference of R.N. Datta. I say and submit that Sushanta never visited our office and interaction with him over phone or the mobile number so and so. I have never personally met or seen him. The charges of the customs clearance were paid by cash by Sushanta Sarkar. On 19/10/2020, I received, skip some paragraphs, Sushanta Sarkar an image of invoice issued by Habib Shahid Talc Marble Processing Company for the sale of 18 bags of semi-processed talc weighing so and so kg, valued at so and so to Jesus Christ Impacts. On 21/10/2021, I sent a message to Sushanta Sarkar asking for the details like PAN, GST copy, etc. And he replied, wait please, and sent me the message in morning saying that he was in Kolkata and asked me to call when free. Same day in the evening, he sent me the PDF file containing the survey report of SGS and other details pertaining to GST registration. So this is the statement of this person in PB and Logistics, where he is referring to the role of customs official, namely Ratindranath Datta. This person is Subhasish Sinha Roy. Now the next statement would be that of Mrinal Kanti Konar. His statement is important. He is giving his background. I'm not reading that. At Hilly Port, I'm at page number 39. At Hilly Port, I also got familiar with Susanto Sarkar, who was working as CHA at Hilly Port. When Susanto Sarkar needed to deliver any paper or sample to anyone in Calcutta, he would call me and would give me rupees 100-200 per delivery. Susanto had asked me to oversee the loading and unloading of his trucks in Calcutta and also gave me the expenses for traveling between the places. He needed me in Calcutta because Hilly Port is around 550 kilometers away from there, and Susanto could not do it himself. Sometimes Susanto paid me at his CH, and sometimes he used to ask me to collect the payments from the clients or associates, deducted my expenses as per the directions. The dispute remaining amount as dispose remaining amount as directed. These are his banking transactions. How Susanta used to work with him. Susanto Sarkar had told me that he owned several trucks, but later on he sold the trucks. I do not know the further details. Around 2004, I myself registered a firm, namely HK Import and Export, and got necessary license, and I was already working in import-export community. I took a loan from bank and exported wheat flour to Malaysia and adhesive flour to Bangladesh. The export to Malaysia resulted in total loss. Firm closed around 2010. I exported nearly 3-4 consignment. I didn't import anything. During COVID-19 pandemic, this is relevant to this consignment. I mostly remained jobless. I kept asking Susanto Sarkar for job. Almost a year ago, Susanto called me and asked me to meet him at Chaurangi Hotel near Calcutta. I went there and I met Susanto Sarkar there. There was no one else. Susanto told me that his consignment of talcum powder has arrived at Khadirpur Port, Calcutta He further gave me the truck number and phone number of the driver of the truck and asked me to contact the driver and get the truck to the port for loading the consignment. Susanto did not tell me anything about the content of the consignment. I contacted the truck driver and went with him to the port. A crane was there and the crane loaded 5-6 big packets wrapped in PP bag. 2 packets got damaged in the process. I saw the packet contained white color powder and boulder. I picked a handful of powder and few small boulders. I wanted to show the samples to my contacts in Bangladesh. Court may note that earlier also he had sent adhesive flour to Bangladesh and he was into the business of exporting, but the firm was closed in 2010. But he believed that these samples could be shown in the contacts in Bangladesh. I was aware that the talcum powder is used in ceramic industry, making tiles and cosmetics. I was thinking of some business and Bangladesh-based tiles makers. I loading the consignment on the truck, left port and returned to Chaurangi Hotel with the samples that I had collected and a challan that the driver gave to me. The truck was still at the port. I do not know when the truck left the port. I gave challan to Susanto and stored the sample. I told him that I shall try to find the buyer in Bangladesh. If I get the interested person, I shall tell Susanto. Then we could import and export talc and do the business. Susanto took the challan and asked me to keep the sample somewhere with me. Susanto gave me 1,000 rupees wages and 200 for meal, and I handed over the sample to hotel boy, whom I recognize very well by face, but I don't know his name. Thereafter, I returned to my home. So, my lord, here what is most important is that it is in 2020 that the consignment has gone to Delhi. And when the sweeping exercise is done, 2 years later. So the question which may be put to Chaurangi hotel samples, the same question may be put to the sweeping exercise that is done by NIA 2 years later. A sad story now at page number 41. Rathinder Nath Datta, his statement is recorded on 27/9/2022. It appears that he was the linchpin. He was fully aware about what is happening. He was managing the show. His background, family, education, property detail, all this work I am skipping, the description of work I am skipping, role in the instant case. That would be relevant. And at page number 42, if I may read, I was in contact with Vitesh Kausar Dubai since 2008, as he met me at Customs House, Kolkata, and remained in touch. Vitesh told me that he is involved in the business of import and export. We both exchanged our contact numbers and used to send me messages on my mobile. However, our connection was lost after some time. In 2017, Vitesh contacted me again through clearing agent regarding clearing of his consignment of medicines at Kolkata airport. He told me that 7-8 bill of entries of his consignment and contains protein powder and the goods were exported from Dubai. He further told me that the consignment was held at airport due to non-clearance of samples by FSSAI Kolkata. On being asked about the person, namely Sushanta Sarkar, I state that I came in contact with Sushanta Sarkar in 2017 in my office through Vitesh Kausar. He is working as an importer since 2020. I met him many times in my office or on the shops outside my office. In 2020, he asked rupees 1 lakh for some personal work and I gave him rupees 1 lakh in cash. He returned the money after 14-15 days in cash only. On being asked about Vitesh Kausar and about foreign trips, I state that I never traveled to foreign countries. I know Raju Dubai. We met at around 10-12 years back in my office at Kolkata. He told me that he works as an importer in West Bengal and in Delhi. In 2018, he messaged me on WhatsApp that he had shifted to Dubai. The number which I received in message in Dubai, he sent me normal messages like good morning on WhatsApp. He used to call me on WhatsApp. In these calls, he talked about family and normal discussion. He invited me to Dubai with family, which I refused. I never asked for any personal favor, but I also used to provide assistance to Vitesh Kausar in the business of import and export as he sought my advice in the matter. This is important. In 2020, Vitesh Kausar called me and told me that he is importing the consignment of talcum powder from Jesus Impacts from Afghanistan. He told me that the consignment, he is smuggling small quantity of heroin and asked me to facilitate the clearing of this consignment, and I agreed for the same in lieu of rupees 5 lakh. Further, on directions of Vitesh Kausar, I provided rupees 2 lakhs to Sushanta Sarkar for paying the clearance fee and tax duty of the above consignment. Today he's dead. Probably he would have been made the accused if he was alive, but he's dead.
He was not made an accused, even he was alive.
That's very ironic.
He's not made an accused.
Even for Vyom Enterprise also.
Oh, no,
It's in reference to 100% examination.
okay.
This Mahendranath Meena statement, 2 lines, page number 45. The consignment was recommended for 100% examination. Consignment was examined by Pawan Kumar Chanchal, examiner. He had examined all the 18 bags in the content. But I would say and submit when it was 100% examined, nothing was found. It was clear. Chaurangi Gate Hotel sample clear. And what is done through sweeping after 2 years cannot be considered as a even indicative evidence that 2 years back consignment had come along with the narcotic substance. Same way, the statement of Pawan Kumar Chanchal. He said regarding the consignment of semi-processed talc, page number 47, I had entered the container and found that there were 18 jumbo bags. I had physically checked the contents of the bags. Bags were opened from the top side and the content was visible, which was semi-processed talcum stone as declared in the import documents. So, Pawan Kumar Chanchal says the same. Statement of this Abhishek Kundu, statement of Mahendra Meena says the same. I missed the statement of Abhishek Kundu, which is at page number 46. He says that regarding the consignment of semi-processed talc that was imported by Jesus Christ in November 2020, I want to say that the consignment was examined by Sri Pawan Kumar Chanchal, examiner. Sri Pawan Kumar Chanchal and I were posted at Customs Superintendent Mahendra Meena, and at that time CHA staff brought the documents at the custom house and consignment arrived at CFS for registration, blah blah blah. But he is saying that Pawan Kumar had done the 100% examination, and Pawan Kumar also says that he has done the 100% examination. Now, my lord, the journey ends in Kolkata. It begins in Delhi, and therefore, the Balraj Singh, the owner of godown at Nebsarai, his statement at page number 48. I state that on 20/11/2020, Ganesh Yadav, who is working as a property dealer at Nebsarai, called me from his mobile number so and so and told me that one person, namely Najibullah Khalid Nabghani, wants to take one godown on rent basis. After some time, Ganesh Yadav sent his office staff along with Najibullah Khalid and Abdul Salam Norzai at my house. Norzai Khalid was speaking Hindi. I asked Khalid about the description of the goods to be stored in the warehouse, and he replied that he will keep dry fruit and khajur and white talcum stone, which is used for making bath soaps for face wash. Then I agreed, and the rent was decided to be so and so. Now, my lord, here, how again this version comes that there was narcotic substance, for which this seizure at page number 49, where this Nebsarai address comes, and at page number 50, the remnants have been seized from 7 places marked as A to G with the assistance of chemical CFSL expert in polythene evidence bag and seal with seal number so and so. And eventually, at page number 53, they are found positive. Result of examination 8.1 to 8.5. Only point is that exercise is done way back. In 21. 20/10/2021. So I conclude my submission for Sushanta Sarkar saying that when he was nabbed, he had an ample opportunity to run away. He never ran away because he was never aware that there is narcotic substance inside. The statement, which is recorded under Section 67 of the NDPS Act, cannot be used against me. It is protected under the judgment of Tofan Singh. This person, Rathindranath Datta, who died, he was fully aware. He was never made an accused. Ultimately, the sample collection, which is done approximately 1.5 years later, cannot be said to be indicative that originally the narcotic substance was imported. And even the sample that were there at Chaurangi Hotel, as well as the 100% examination that came to be done, nothing suspicious was found. And therefore, court may, in my respectful submission, discharge the accused. At the same time, my request and my prayer to the Honorable Court is that even if some doubts are created regarding the presence or knowledge about the narcotic substance, then also there is no evidence adduced by the investigating agency qua terror funding. And therefore, at least no charges qua UAPA may be framed against him, because no dots are connected by the investigating agency to implicate him for the UAPA charges. There is one statement, as such, he is protected witness, but with his signature, it appears that it is a statement of Rajesh Goba. So that statement, if court permits me, from the
Why
protect.
you-
That already I have discussed with the investigation officer.
You can do one thing along with the copy of protected witnesses. You also make out a copy which are to be provided to the accused persons,
It is already provided.
keeping all precautions
G.
to conceal his identity.
G.
So whenever they ask for any statement, you can straightway give to them. Let this exercise be done by your officer itself,
G, sir.
because they have to refer the statement.
G.
And at the same time, you conceal the name, but you do not conceal the lawyers are
Signature
smart.
part.
As far as lawyers are concerned, they would not do any or share this information, which is to be kept protected. But people might can have access.
Exactly.
You can give the detail of this statement, a statement of X1.
Right, sir. Right.
This is protected witness X1. That name can be concealed, signature can be concealed. Yes.
If court permits me, this is the last statement.
Which page number?
સાહેબ પેજ નંબર એક જ મિનિટ સાહેબ M22 નંબરનું પેજ છે, બટ આ પ્રોટેક્ટેડ ડોક્યુમેન્ટ છે એટલે પેજિંગ બહુ મુશ્કેલ છે. D123 3/9 આવું છે. એક જ મિનિટ, હું આમાંથી આપી દઉં આપ સાહેબને ખોલીને. મારી પાસે એક પડી છે કોપી. D123 અને એમાં 3/9 આ છે સાહેબ.
જોઈ લઉં છું. તમારા કમ્પાઇલેશનમાં છે?
ના સાહેબ, આ હું સેપરેટલી ડોક્યુમેન્ટ્સ લાવેલો મારી સાથે. આ જ છે સાહેબ પ્રોટેક્ટેડ ડોક્યુમેન્ટ્સમાં.
What you wanted to point out from this? 3
I-
upon 9.
Just wanted to point out that being a close associate of Vitesh Kosar, he has worked not only for this Jesus Christ Impacts, but Vyom Enterprise, other consignment. He was closely in touch,
Connected with
closely
this.
connected with Raju Dubai. But as regards to the role of Susanta Sarkar, it's just that at page number 2, internal page number 2, yeah, where it is राजा के कहने पर मैं गुवाहाटी गया और मुझे सुशांता सरकार जो कोलकाता से बिलोंग करता है वो मिला। सुशांता से मैंने शिपमेंट के डॉक्यूमेंट लिए और सूरत में लवली जो व्योम फैशन सो एंड सो इंटरनेशनल को ओन करता है उसे दिया। इसके बदले में लवली ने मुझे पेमेंट करी थी। मैंने यह पेमेंट चांदनी चौक सो एंड सो लवली के डायरेक्शन पर पेमेंट मिली। इन टोटल मुझे 40 लाख अलग अलग जगह से मिले। All I wanted to point out through this statement is that
He is also not made an accused,
he is not.
but is made a protected witness.
And also one more thing that except for one statement obtained in the confessional form, what is the material against Sushanta Sarkar?
Yes.
While arguing for Sudhakar, I had pointed out that one man had gone to deliver money at the border, LOC, and that part. Therefore, I am not reading that part. I just want to say that money trail qua terror funding is absent. Therefore, at least UAPA part, court may, in all respectful submission, I would say court may discharge him fully, but at least if that is not appealing to the court, then also for UAPA part, court may closely scrutinize and see if UAPA is there any evidence is there.
હવે કોનું બાકી રહેશે ભાઈ?
બસ હવે આમનું બાકી છે રાજકુમાર પેરુમલ નું બાકી
એમના કોણ છે એડવોકેટ?
એમને અમને કીધું ચેન્નઈ
ચેન્નઈથી આવે છે
અને 24 તારીખે તારીખ એમને માટે રિક્વેસ્ટ કરી છે આપણે ત્યાં લાસ્ટ મુદતે